it's Tanja Kraus here from Tanja Kraus Horsemanship, and I am coming to you live with a rider reflection. So rider reflections are a new little introduction that I'm going to be doing on the Facebook page. They will be live 95% of the time. Sometimes I'll probably pre-record them when I'm away. For example, next week I'm away in New Zealand, or I fly out on Thursday, and then after that I go to the United States. So rider reflections are a new addition, and I look forward to bringing them to you whenever I have them, whenever I've got something to share that I think will help other people kind of with their horses or their horsemanship or just their day-to-day happenings. And so the rider reflection that I've got for you today is a little bit of something that I've been thinking about since the weekend. I was up in Inverell and I was at the Cowboy Dressage Spring Fling, which was a fantastic show put on up there. It was a really great weekend, and it was really fun to catch up with a few people and see all the riders up there on the Cowboy Dressage court. What I was doing was I was getting some of my requirements together towards my judging certification, and so part of those requirements is spending time in the judge's car, observing, watching what the people are doing in the tests and listening to the scores and the comments that the judge makes, and then discussing them if we need to need any clarification or anything like that. And the second thing is scribing, so actually being there, writing the scores down and writing down the judge's comments. And something I got to thinking about over the weekend was the fact that, and it was actually something that we spoke about in the car, and what was really interesting is that a lot of people were getting the same comment over and over and over again, and you know, all the different riders were doing it, and all even in the challenge court where you've got the markers inside the court, it was still happening. And the judge actually commented to me at one point, "It seems to be getting worse as the day goes on." And that comment was cut corner, cut corner, cut corner. And so those of you who have competed in dressage before know that you're following the track around the arena, and then there's geometry within that, so circles and things like that. And what we found was people were cutting the corners frequently, just over and over again, nearly every single corner across every single test. And so what we realized, or what I ended up pointing out, we had our ring here right in front of us, right in front of our vehicle that we were sitting in to judge, but over here was the warm-up arena. And at one point I said to the judge, have a look at the warm-up arena and look at the pattern in the sand. And what had happened in the warm-up arena was that people, instead of making the ends of the arena square, so riding up and doing a small arc around the corner and then going straight again and then taking the next corner as a corner, so having two corners like this, what had happened was the arena, they turned each end into a circle. And so they were sort of going from the end letters to the center letter and then back around in a really big arc, instead of having that straightness in between. And so what we realized is that the people in the ring that was being judged were doing the same thing, and every single rider was following the rider before them, or following the tracks in the sand. So of course over 2 days it just got worse and worse, because the tracks in the sand were evident and there for each rider to follow. So what it got me to thinking about rider reflections, and certainly if you're a dressage rider, then that's something to really be aware of when you're riding or competing on a surface that shows you where the riders have been before. So a sand arena, or even a grass arena that's wearing away really quickly and you can start to see the track. As a rider, and a competitive rider, you have to ask yourself, do I want to trust that the riders before me have made the right path for me to follow, or do I want to trust the training that I've invested and go where I think the path is supposed to go? So beyond a competitive element, what I wanted to talk about, or what I wanted to reflect on, was just about that thought process in just how much do we allow or how much do we follow what other people have done without applying what we know and what we've trained to do? How many times do we find ourselves in situations where we're sort of going along with the crowd, or we allow the crowd to go push on us or say things or whatever, and we let it to interfere with our good judgment? And I'm not saying don't take advice. Obviously, I'm professionally give advice, every single day for a living, and that's obviously what I'm doing here on this video. But I have also seen a lot of people. I had a recent lady come to a course before, and she was having trouble trailer loading her horse. And I went up and I was chatting to her, and I don't offer assistance unless someone asks, but I just went to see if she was okay. And she said, he floated really well until a month ago, and I was at an event and I went to load him on the trailer, and I lead my horse onto the trailer, but someone saw me leading him and they told me it was really dangerous, and there was 3 or 4 people and they all said how bad it was that I lead the horse on the trailer. So then they all tried to get her to self-load the horse, which the horse had never done before. And so they created this issue of the horse now not wanting to go in the trailer, where the horse was quite happy to load following its owner, for the previous 5 years of ownership. But now all of a sudden, with the interference of others, she allowed them to sort of take over and insist that she do it in a certain way, and they sounded really like they were trying to take care of her and all the rest of it. So she followed against her own good judgment. So that's my rider reflection for the evening, and I hope that it gives you something to think about. I hope you're enjoying your week with your ponies, and I will see you all soon, and I will definitely see you guys in New Zealand this weekend and Monday and Tuesday. I'm looking forward to the courses. Have a great night.